Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is January 8th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I do appreciate that. Again, it really does help me out. You'll find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. I'm posting ideas and things I'm seeing in the market every day, all week long. And then if you really like my stuff, become a super follow. It's through Twitter at AlphaCharts365. It's easy. It's $10 a month. And I share much more in-depth videos, market notes, at least twice a week, if not more. Scans that are looking interesting setups throughout the week. Again, you get a ton more content in my super follow group. So again, that's all through Twitter at AlphaCharts365. Okay. Really cheap price, $10 a month. That's nothing, I think, compared to the value that you get out of the product. All right, but let's get going with the charts. S&P 500. We had this beautiful flag pennant that was forming here, and expectation was it was supposed to go break the downside. It broke to the upside, still below declining 200-day and 50-day moving average. Flat, we'll call it flat 50-day, still below the trend line that everyone has on their charts. So again, this would be considered a counter trend rally. There's no doubt about that. Until if and when we get above, I would say, the 200-day and this trend line, right? It's got to be both. And then we say it's a change in trend. But as of right now, it's a counter trend rally. And so there's stocks and ETFs that are setting up. So let's get into some of them. First one is a new one to me. It's called KD. You see from the IPO, it really tanked. But now it's starting to make its first IPO base. And just get my tool here. You can see it kind of broke out of that area right there. Boom, there's your breakout. Again, volume was kind of tailing off on the breakout, so probably wait for it to come back, maybe retest 12-ish, and then move higher. But it's definitely a name that I'm now watching. Looks good. AMLX. Pharmaceutical company. But let's look at this. I mean, let's be honest. How good does that look, right? I mean, we got all the moving averages bunched up, ready to launch pad off. There's everything's really looks like if it breaks out, it's going to line up very nicely. So you could buy this anytime you want, right? With maybe the low of this day as your stop until we get more clarity on these moving averages and they start to move higher, right? The low of the day that gets taken out, this 35, 35, 30-ish or so. 30, I'd probably do like 35.25 or something. Anyway, with the low of the day gets taken out, then I'd be out of this, right? But again, looks pretty good. AMLX. Noble Energy Corp. We have, come on, there it is. Yeah, it's a little sloppy in there. A little sloppy, false breakout here, but now it's trying to set up again, right? So it just had a little false start there. Again, you had the little inverted head and shoulders on a very smaller time frame, and so you could probably even say from here to there is trend line, right? So now we have, if we get trend line break, you get these moving averages start to align bullishly, and maybe even break out above 38-ish. I think that's a spot where we can manage risk against. So Noble Energy. 4, Shift4 Payments. Again, it's a newer IPO name. And again, you have this kind of bottoming look to this, bullishly aligned moving averages, zooming in, some decent accumulation happening on here. And so, yeah, just trying to move higher, right? Right now, this bearish bar right now, these are all inside of it. So I'd like to see it kind of move to one direction or the other. But again, when it takes out this bar, that direction will be really important. VRT, Vertiv Holdings. You can see it was at $28, $29 stock, and now it's a $14 stock. and had this giant gap down, probably, yeah, it was on earnings, and now it's making its base. And so first, this area was important. I guess it still is, right? Because it kind of came back, undercut it. Here's your 200-day that now is flattening, right? We're starting to get flattened and almost getting to move higher. Going to get this bullish moving averages. So again, it has a little work to do, but if it could stay above, 13, 15 or so, I think that this could potentially has some potential to it. There's VRT, CHX, another oil and gas name. Again, I've been in this one in the past, as you can see. And you can see this area right there has been important. Came back, it retested it, and now it's trying to move higher. So there we go. Again, we're getting the bullishly aligned. You may come back, may retest this area. But again, nice accumulation happening on this chart. Valaris. Again, just a nice little, when you really look at it, getting a little undercut, rallied right back up, and just moving sideways, really. So we got the bullishly aligned moving averages again. That's really important to me because, again, I want uptrends, and it's trying to break out. Bolero, BOWL. This one, even if we pull this across, in general, again, you have the undercut, the rally back. It's got to go ahead and get that bullish look to it again. But I feel I like that it held. It held like basically at the 200-day. It came right back pretty strong from there. Again, nice accumulation happening on the right side of this base. So I do like that. What else? ELF. Makeup company. Again, we've been watching this for a while. Beautiful breakout here, right? I'm actually going to get rid of this bottom one. Beautiful breakout here. It was up 3.5%. Again, if it pulls back, to 57, that'd be a great entry, I think, using that 200-day, the 23-day as your stop. But overall, it may not break. It may just move sideways a little bit, or continue higher, right? You have to decide how you want to enter it. But again, a good looking chart, nice tight consolidation here in ELF. IRDM, this one's extended. Again, we've watched it in the past and not involved in this one. But nice little base here, big strong breakout on high volume, up almost 10%. Again, too extended. Now we got to wait for a pullback or sideways movement, let the moving averages catch up and give us a better low risk entry. AZEK. This one, again, a newer name for me. I'm not familiar with this one. Yeah, it looks like it's a fairly new name in general. But again, trying to make its first true base. You can see how it's the rounding bottom is starting to happen, the right side of the base, volume's coming in, which is nice to see. Accumulation type volume. About to get the bullish crossover here. Would like to see I would love to see the 200-day start to flatten. That would definitely be a nice spot. But we can easily look at this. Maybe it needs a little more time, maybe not, but it looks really, really good. That's AZEK. FLYW, Flywire. Again, one I've watched in the past. I don't know if this area is actually valid anymore. I think probably I'd go with this area. Let's pull this way. This looks more like it, to be honest. Again, maybe it's a double bottom that's forming. Needs a little bit more time. Again, could you play to the top of here? Sure, that's a fine. It's $4. That's a decent gain right there. I like how this is kind of consolidating in a fairly sideways action here. Again, starting to align bullishly. Everything looks good. Again, this could be a longer term big gainer. Still has a little bit of work to do. Again, decent amount of accumulation happening, so I like that. So those are individual names. I have 3 ETFs that look really good. Gold miners, hard to be bearish gold miners at this point. We have price just breaking out. May need a little bit of pullback if you're interested in the ETF itself. That would be a possibility. Again, great accumulation happening here. And there's lots of individual names that are looking great as well. So you could go and dig into those. Copper miners, again, fantastic look to it. We had the this kind of area generally break, moving higher, bullish crossover. Everything's looking good in the copper miners. There's two main ones, FCX, again, breaking out. Again, two main US based ones, I should say. FCX, again, looks great. If you get a pullback into 4050, that'd be pretty cool. Or SCCO, right? Southern Copper, again, even stronger looking, broke out of this $63 area and jumped up to 67. We'll see if it continues higher or if you get a pullback entry or not. And then you have to be aware of emerging markets. I think that there's a big trend change here that's happening, and emerging markets, EEM, gives you access to China names, Japanese names, Korean names, Australian names, a lot of Asian and again all over the world though. Emerging markets, I think there's some Brazilian names and South American names in here. Anyway, so if you are considering that, again, it looks really good. So you may want to consider the emerging markets EEM ETF. Okay. That's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what your favorite is down below. I love to see what really caught your eye and have a conversation with you on that. Okay. So take care. Have a great day. Don't forget at AlphaTrust365 on Twitter. And give a like and a subscribe. Appreciate it.